All right, so now we're live.
Oh boy.
And it does look like there's a chat, which there should be.
Good.
Because it should be public. I think what happened last time is we started it as private and then changed it to public
Right.
outside of OBS, and so OBS didn't know that it was public
Right.
or
So
something.
it didn't link correctly.
Something like that,
Yeah.
yeah. So let me just share the link real quick, and
Okay.
then we will get started.
Oh boy.
And hopefully Timothy doesn't wake up.
David. But yes.
David, yes. Hopefully none of our children that are here, which is only one of them.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, and then I can message you that link.
Okay.
So you can send it. The mom said they're on their way to the bowling alley, so
Okay.
they probably won't be able to tune in, but then we can go ahead and get started real quick.
I'm not really sure. I already messaged Dan and he's football camp.
Okay, that's fine. All right, let's just go ahead and get started. So
Okay.
go ahead and open it.
Okay, so Neil got me an early anniversary gift. We're celebrating 10 years in July, and so I get to open it now. So here we go.
And those two like boxes things, the plastic ones,
yeah, the
those
like
came.
Burger King things.
Yeah, they came in the same package, but I figured Timothy would appreciate them more than you.
Yes, you will have fun with those.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so this is the 2005 World Championship deck, and it features Nidoqueen, and I'm sure lots of other really cool. It does not have a deck list on here. That's
I don't think it's the one. I don't think it's the one that won, but because there's 4 every year, but it's one of them.
Okay, yeah, sorry. A 2005 World Championship deck. That's awesome. If you don't know, the Nidoran, Nidoqueen, the Nidoran family is one of my favorites. Because they sync really well and it's just a lot of fun and I enjoy them a lot. And we're cataloging new cards right now, and I have a huge stack of the Nidoran family that we're going through, and it's fun to look at them again and think about what decks I could build, and that's really fun. I can't wait to open that and look at it.
Yep. That's it.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I couldn't tell. I didn't want to just like look in there and
yeah,
see.
So then open it up.
So yeah, get rid of that. And oh, that's fun.
Yeah, the little case is neat. I wasn't expecting that.
It's like a nice plastic reusable case, unlike some of the cardboard boxes that we get now. And it has Nidoqueen there, and actually, if I undo this part, it would latch, and that would be on the back. That's fun. Okay. Let's see. So here is a little booklet that comes with it. Okay, that talks about the 2005 World Championships. It just goes through several different things, highlights some of the players, has some pictures.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's cool.
So this deck is called Queendom.
Queendom.
So it might have a list in there.
In here.
Yeah. Of course, we're going to look at the cards here in a second,
Right.
But it might have a page on that one like the 2019 World Championship booklet has.
Let's see.
And so some other things that we like about this deck is a fully single prize deck, and it features a couple stage 2s. So we really like single prizers, and we really like stage 2s. So that's one thing that's nice about it.
trying to figure out which one it actually is. So here we go. Yes, it does have a deck list. Alright, so this is Jeremy Marin. This is Jeremy Marin's deck.
Nice. Does it say which rank he came in? Does it have a final standings somewhere? The 2019 one had.
He is the world champion.
Oh, he won?
Yeah, he won.
Oh, well, fantastic.
Yeah, world champion for 15 plus. And then
so it's
Ross,
seniors.
Yeah.
Ross
So
Coffin.
yeah, so like his is second place, 15 plus.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
So this is the seniors world championship deck. So this would be the equivalent of K.L. Licklightner's Firebox.
Yes.
Which
is a fun deck to play with.
Which was the 2019 seniors world championship deck.
Right.
Which we also have.
Yes. Okay, so let's see. This is all of the... Okay, so this is trainers and energy. And this is Pokemon and more trainers. Okay. What do you want me to go through first?
Let's start with the Pokemon.
Cool. Alright, so I'll just set that there. Alright. So, we've got interesting. Okay. So we have a 4-3-4 Nidoran female family line. So we've got 4 grass type Nidoran female. Is that clear? Is that you
lower?
Can see, so you can see what they're seeing. So I cannot. Is that?
That's, I mean, it's not in great focus.
Right.
But, hey Kyle, thanks for joining us. I don't know if there's a great way to make it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me mess with it for a second. There, that's a little better.
Okay.
So then you can go ahead and read it,
Cool.
and I also have the deck list pulled up.
Oh, great.
On my...
Great. Okay, so this one has 2 different attacks. The first one, look for friends. Reveal cards from your deck until you reveal a basic Pokemon. Show that card to your opponent and put it into your hand. Shuffle the other revealed cards into your deck. If you don't reveal a basic Pokemon, shuffle all the revealed cards back into your deck. Okay, so that's the first attack for 1 colorless, and then for 2 colorless, Bite does 20 damage. So there's 4 of those. And then we've got 3 Nidorina. Also grass type. Let's see if I can remember where my arm was. Is that half decent?
Let me bounce back over to OBS. Yep, that's good.
Great.
It's okay.
Okay. So this Nidorina has 2 different attacks. It's grass type. I think I already said that. It has Scratch for 1 colorless, does 20 damage. And then for 2 colorless, Fast Evolution. Search your deck for up to 2 evolution cards, show them to your opponent, and put them into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Okay.
Yeah, so then I would kind of lay them out this way. Like
Okay.
oriented towards this, because you don't want them to be totally upside down.
Like that.
Yeah, like that.
Okay. Whoops. How far?
Where the Nidoran female are, that's like right at the edge, so that's good.
Okay.
And so then if you want to bounce over to this stack, the reason that there's a 4-3-4 line is because you've got 4 rare candy.
Yeah. So rare candy is a trainer card. It says choose one of your basic Pokemon and play. If you have a stage 1 or stage 2 card that evolves from that Pokemon in your hand, put that card on the basic Pokemon. This counts as evolving that Pokemon. So it lets you skip the stage 1 if you have the stage 2.
And that famously or infamously is broken rare candy because it has no turn 1 restriction.
Right.
Or in theory, if you just evolved, you can then use it to evolve again. Down. Yeah, you can. Yeah, so that would be the first turn. Yeah, so you can evolve immediately. Yeah. So you can go straight from.
Yeah, like I can put Nidoran female on my bench, and then play rare candy, and then immediately
have Nidoqueen in play. Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Okay, so then we've got 4 fighting type Nidoqueen. That's the camera.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good. Okay. So this one has an ability, a Pokebody, Family Bonds. As long as Nidoqueen is in play, the retreat cost for Nidoran female, Nidorina, Nidoran male, Nidorino, and Nidoking is 0. Nice. Okay, so then we have 2 different attacks. We have Toxic that uses 1 grass energy. The defending Pokemon is now poisoned. Put 2 damage counters instead of 1 on the defending Pokemon in between turns. And then Power Lariat takes 1 fighting and 2 colorless energy. Does 40 plus. Does 40 damage plus 10 more damage for each evolved Pokemon you have in play. Nice.
Yeah, so Nidoran female, if you have to attack with it, its Call for Friends attack is useful because it can get other basic Pokemon into play. So you can get multiple family lines going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nidorina is not really there for anything other than evolving to Nidoqueen if you need to. Right. But its fast evolution attack is really useful.
Well, and it lets you power up other family lines to use Power Lariat.
Exactly. Yeah. And Nidoqueen is your main attacker in the deck. And primarily with the second attack. Right. Because it caps it. You can get up to 90 damage with no other modifiers. Right. If you've got 5 evolution Pokemon on your bench. Right. And yeah, so 40 base damage plus 5 evolution Pokemon on the bench with nothing else.
Would it also count Nidoqueen? Because it says for each evolved Pokemon you have.
Oh, you're right. So so 100. So it would be 100 damage. So 5 on the bench. Nidoqueen herself is an evolution Pokemon. 100 damage. So that's really good. Yeah, that's definitely good at this time. Not today, but later we'll have to play Queendom versus Magma Spirit, just for fun.
Yeah. Okay, so then we have the Pidgey family. We've got a 3-2-3 line. Okay. So let's see. So this Pidgey, and the Pidgey family is colorless. I think they're always colorless, at least all the ones I've encountered.
Yeah, unless they're Delta species.
Right, yeah. Okay, so this Pidgey has 2 different attacks. The first one is for 1 colorless corner. The defending Pokemon can't retreat until the end of your opponent's next turn. And then Gust for 2 colorless does 20 damage. Alright, so there's that one. And then we've got the 2 Pidgeotto. Let's see. Alright, so 1 colorless Clutch does 10 damage. The defending Pokemon can't retreat until the end of your opponent's next turn. And 2 colorless Cutting Wind does 30 damage. And Now we've got Pidgeot.
There, yep.
Alright. Pidgeot has a Poke Power, Quick Search. Once during your turn before you attack, you may choose any one card from your deck and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. You can't use more than one Quick Search Poke Power each turn. This power can't be used if Pidgeot is affected by a special condition. Okay.
Yeah. So Kyle just commented and said, that's busted. Like it is a crazy good power. So
yeah, because it lets you take anything out of your deck.
Right. So they limited it to one. So there's almost no point in having more than one Pidgeot in play at a time. Right. But using Quick Search, you can get anything that you need from the rest of the deck at any time.
Right.
So, once per turn. So
really powerful.
It's really crazy.
All right, and then Clutch, 2 colorless for 40 damage. The defending Pokemon can't retreat until the end of your opponent's next turn.
Yeah, so none of that family is intended to attack. If you need to, Pidgey using its corner attack can be useful to stall early on if you can trap one of your opponent's like support Pokemon or something. Right. But they are solely there for the Quick Search power.
Right. All right, and then our last two, we have a 1/1 Feebas Milotic line. So they are water type. Whoops, I just moved the. Oh, sorry. Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Feebas has 2 different attacks. One colorless for tackle, does 10 damage. One water for ascension. Search your deck for a card that evolves from Feebas and put it onto Feebas. This counts as evolving Feebas. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Cool. And that also doesn't have first turn in play.
Right. If you attacked with it, you could evolve right then on the same turn.
Yeah. So then here's Milotic. That is how you say it, right?
Yeah, Milotic.
Okay. Okay, it has a Poke Power Healing Shower. Once during your turn, when you play Milotic from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may remove all damage counters from all your Pokemon and your opponent's Pokemon, excluding Pokemon EX. Okay, so it heals everybody everywhere. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, except Rulebox Pokemon.
Except Rulebox, yeah.
Yeah, which at the time, the only Rulebox Pokemon were the EXs, the lowercase EXs. Yeah. Keep Common Pool says, I thought you could use multiple Pidgeot to quick search. Doesn't it say on there, the card, you can't use more than one quick search?
Yes, it says you can't use more than one quick search Poke Power each turn.
And it additionally says at the beginning, once during your turn, right? Yeah, so that second sentence actually limits you, it prevents you from using quick search on another Pidgeot in the same turn.
Yeah.
So you could have 2 in play if you were worried about like one getting knocked out or something, but you can't use more than one
quick search
during the same turn.
Yeah.
Unless you scoop it up and put it back down, kind of like people do now with Shady Dealings. If you picked it up into your hand, that would that restriction go away? Because it says you can't use more than one Poke Power during your turn. Ooh, let's see if I'll have to see if I can find that in the compendium.
See if you can find that. Okay, so then Milotic's attacks, we've got 1 water, 1 colorless for Wave Splash, does 30 damage. And then 2 water and 2 colorless for Distorted Wave, does 80 damage. Before doing damage, remove 3 damage counters from the defending Pokemon. All if there are less than 3. Interesting.
Which one was that?
Distorted Wave.
Oh, that's the attack. Yeah. Yeah, so Milotic, again, isn't there to be an attacker, but it's, Oh, yeah. So Kyle pointed out that this was the same time period that you had the star Pokemon, like Umbreon
Oh,
Star and
okay.
whatnot.
Okay.
They came kind of, I think they came kind of after this,
Mm-hmm.
but Milotic does specify EX, so if you were playing in this format
Mm-hmm.
strictly,
Right.
you would still heal a Pokemon Star, but not a Pokemon EX.
Okay.
Whereas if you were doing some, like what we might do when we're using all of the middle era mashed together,
Right.
where we just like say, if it references a rule box, it applies to
It
all rule
applies
box.
to
But
all. Yeah.
that would be a house rules thing.
Right.
But yeah. Relentless Flame. Let's see here. Ooh. Is that the name of the ability? I'll have to see if I can find
What?
it on Pokegear real quick.
Okay.
Somebody asked a different question.
Yeah.
No, it's not the name of the power. That must just be the name of the deck. On a different Pidgeot. Let me see if I can find it
Okay.
real quick. But yeah, so Milotic is there to like basically reset. And ideally, you can drop it at a time when your opponent doesn't have any damaged Pokemon, but you
Yeah.
do. So then you can heal.
Right. Okay. So now we're on to the trainer cards in this deck. There are 4 stadium cards. Desert Ruins. There's that. I hope you can see it. Okay, so it's a stadium card. At any time between turns, each player puts 1 damage counter on his or her Pokemon EX with maximum HP of at least 100. Okay, so this is to counter having more powerful Pokemon in your opponent's
Yeah. So
deck.
this is a fully single prize deck.
Right.
So Desert Ruins is also in Magma Spirit, which is also a
Okay.
single prize deck. So it
Yeah.
actually would be funny to play these decks against each other
Yeah, because these would be
because
useless.
they have the exact same stadium that is useless in this matchup. But
Yeah.
there weren't like super heavy EX decks at the time, like
Mm-hmm.
not like what you see now.
Right, right.
But there were some big EXs that were some of them were stage twos for the most
Mm-hmm.
part. Like Blaziken EX was one.
Right.
So if your opponent had that, obviously since these decks are single prize, it doesn't punish you at all. So you
Mm-hmm.
get to bump any stadium they use, and you start
And you
damaging theirs.
damage.
So
Yeah.
again, in some lot, Kyle was just teaching me this the other day. There's a very similar stadium
Mm-hmm.
that damages rulebox Pokemon every between turns phase.
Nice. Okay, so now we are. I think they're all in order. We'll find out. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now we're on to some supporters. So we've got Celio's Network.
Yep. It's a really good draw supporter.
Okay, search your deck for a basic Pokemon or evolution card excluding Pokemon EX. Show it to your opponent, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. So yeah, that's a really good search card. Especially if you can't find your rare candy or have already used them and can't get them back or
Or
whatever.
you have rare candy and you don't have the card
But
it
you don't
goes
have the
with.
basic.
So you go
Yeah.
well, or vice versa. Like you go pull Nidoqueen and then immediately evolve to it. Because you can pull an evolution card.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So or you go find Milotic when you
Right.
need it.
Yeah.
It's
No,
a
it's
very good search card.
Okay. There's only one of these. Mr. Is it Brinley or
Briny,
Briny?
like the
Okay.
sea.
Oh,
Like the
that
sea
makes
is
sense.
briny.
Okay. Mr. Briny's Compassion. Choose one of your Pokemon in play, excluding Pokemon EX. Return that Pokemon and all cards attached to it to your hand. So it's like scoop up.
So it's like Scoop Up. It is a supporter,
It is a
right? So it
supporter,
doesn't require a
yes.
flip or anything. And the
Correct.
main use of that in this deck is so that you can pick up Milotic and then
And use it
use its
again.
ability again.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Now we have Copycat. There's 4 copies of this, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then count the number of cards in your opponent's hand and draw that many cards.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah. I mean,
same
we're
as
familiar with Copycat.
now.
From now, yeah. Just slightly different wording. It's fun to see how wording on cards changes over the years.
Move that down just a hair towards you. Yeah, right.
Like that?
That's fine. Yep. That should be enough for them to see. Okay. But yeah, Copycat's definitely a card that's been printed and reprinted.
Yeah.
And of course, it is useful in a meta where people aren't constantly like dumping their hands.
Right.
So your opponent has to have cards in their hand for you to use it.
Okay. I'm a little OCD sometimes.
Sorry,
they don't have all the supporters together.
I looked through them before, so that might be partly my fault.
Oh, good job.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, honey. I have failed you.
It's okay. It's fine. It'll be all right. Okay. So now we have Great Ball, which I think we're probably all pretty familiar with.
No, that's actually different.
This is a different one.
It's different.
Okay, I hadn't read it at all yet.
It's different than the current Great Ball.
Okay, so Great Ball from 2005 says, search your deck for a basic Pokemon, excluding Pokemon EX, and put it onto your bench. Shuffle your deck afterwards.
So it's more like Nest Ball now.
It's like Nest
except
Ball.
Except it has that restriction.
Of just a regular non-rule box Pokemon.
Yeah. No Pokemon EX. Yeah. So the current Great Ball, which is look at the top 7. At this time, there was a card called Master Ball that had the same effect. Or around this time.
Okay, interesting.
So yeah, it is funny to see how they have shifted.
Okay, so we've got Rocket's Admin. There's 2 of these. Each player shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck. Then each player counts his or her prize cards left and draws up to that many cards. You draw your cards first.
Yeah, so this is a disruption card that's used to come from behind. Right. It's the precursor to N, which is a pretty popular card that hasn't been. So Roxanne is the most recent version of a card like this, where you draw. Except Roxanne, you can use as long as your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining. Before that, Marnie was kind of similar, except you could use that whenever. So it's a disruption card that makes both players reshuffle their hands. And it was reprinted in Celebrations because of it's one of the more impactful trainers.
Right. All right. Our next trainer is Steven's Advice. There's 2 of these. Draw a number of cards up to the number of your opponent's Pokemon in play. If you have 7 or more cards, including this one, in your hand, you can't play this card.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's actually a card similar to this that right now that's called Erica's Hospitality. It doesn't get played a ton, but it was used by Sugiyoshi Yamato when he was the secret final boss of Players Cup 4.
Oh, okay.
And they pointed out that it's similar to Steven's Advice, which is a card that there's several copies of, if not 4 copies of, in Magma Spirit, which was his 2004 World Championship deck.
Yeah. Okay, so now we are into our energy cards. So we've got some special energy here. This is double rainbow energy. There are 4 of these. Do you see that?
Yep.
Okay. Ooh, that is tiny print. Okay.
We need that jeweler's loop.
Right? Okay. Double rainbow energy can be attached only to an evolved Pokemon, excluding Pokemon EX. While in play, double rainbow energy provides every type of energy, but provides 2 energy at a time. Has no other effect other than providing energy. Damage done to your opponent's Pokemon by the Pokemon Double Rainbow Energy is attached to is reduced by 10 before applying weakness and resistance. When the Pokemon Double Rainbow Energy is attached to is no longer an evolved Pokemon, discard Double Rainbow Energy. Okay, so instead of taking damage when you attach this, you are just reduced by 10 when you're attacking.
Yeah, so that's kind of similar to, and we haven't played with this card at all, but the special metal energy from pre-2003.
Yes.
So when it's attached to any non-metal Pokemon, the penalty is you do 10 less damage.
Right.
But they abuse that because it also does 10 less damage with recoil.
Yes.
So it actually ended up being like a good thing the way that it was utilized. Special darkness energy has the penalty that you take 10 damage every turn or every between turns phase.
Okay.
I think.
Interesting.
One of the two. If you're non-dark and you have special darkness energy attached. Okay. So nowadays most special energy can only be attached when they are a specific type. Right, they can only be attached to a Pokemon of that type in general.
All right, so then we've got 3 heal energy. Is that good?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Okay, heal energy says, heal energy provides colorless energy. When you attach this card from your hand to one of your Pokemon, remove 1 damage counter and all special conditions from that Pokemon. If heal energy is attached to a Pokemon EX, heal energy has no other effect. Has no effect other than providing energy. Okay.
Yeah, so we know 10 damage, even now, still, people play Galarian Zigzagoon because 10 damage can mean the difference.
Right, it can between... tip you just over the edge.
Yeah. So heal energy is there because there's a lot of use of colorless energy, even for the Nidoqueen. And
most of this deck uses at least some colorless energy.
And you can heal. And you can that heal 10 when damage, you do that. Which again, you're trying to keep up with other decks.
Right. All right, and then we've got 6 grass and 2 fighting energy. Holy cannoli! Scared
me. That's funny. So it's kind of interesting, actually, because Power Lariat needs a grab. But again, you've got the double rainbow.
Right, we've got the double rainbow.
So you have access to really all the types.
Yeah, you have access to everything.
All the types that you need.
But yeah, if you have that in your hand, you have the fighting energy already in your hand, it's there to use. So
yeah. So this is Jeremy Marin's 2005 Seniors World Championship deck, Queendom. I was able to get a hold of a complete copy, and
these cards are pristine. So I don't know if it had ever really been taken out of the packaging to begin with. So
yeah. I mean, it was open. I made sure that all the cards were there. It would not have been fun to try and piecemeal this deck together from buying the individual cards. So I'm glad that we were able to get it.
Yeah.
Kaitie loves the Nidoran family.
Yeah,
so
I'm excited to play with this deck.
This is one for us to play around with. Yeah. So we've got some sleeves on the way from Dragon Shield to sleeve up this deck in Kaitie's favorite blue color. So we're really looking forward to playing with it. We will not be playing with it right now, though.
No, we've got lots of other stuff we're working on.
But yeah, so that is Kaitie's 10th anniversary present. I love you, honey.
I love you. Thank you.
And we wanted to just share with you all her getting the chance to open it. She had no idea what I had gotten.
The only thing I knew was it was Pokemon related, so it could have been like anything. So yes, this is exciting.
Alrighty.
All right, thank you so much for joining us.
Yep. Have a good one, everybody.